Right, well, we're back again now, and we're going to be having a look at stone management. Now, the thing to remember about stones is it will not affect your yield, but it will destroy your equipment quicker. So as you can see, we've got these big boulders generated by this big bugger, the plough. And then on the cultivated field, we've got these tiny little pebbles. And that's been generated by this little device here. It has been cleaned up. So there's two ways we can go about managing how we deal with stones. We can either use a roller, which is this is the base game version. It's quite wide, only requires about 160 horsepower. We've got this little machine here which costs about 20,000, which is half the price of that one, and it requires 80 horsepower, which is about half the horsepower requirement. Or we've got the stone picker, which is going to pick the stones up, stick them in this container over here, and we can either sell them on, or we can generate lime. And lime is a good fertilizer for your fields. So we'll have a look at the roller in action. And rolling the field as well gives you an extra benefit. It gives you a seed bed element to the, what's it called, the field. Oh, I'm lowering my weight there. So yeah, we'll lower this. We don't need to activate it or anything. And as you can see, we've still got the big stones here. No big issue, we'll just stone pick them. And then if we go over to here, onto this cultivated field, then we'll see that the stones will start to vanish. As we can see here, the stones are pumping back into the ground, but it does mean that there's a possibility that they'll come back next time we're doing this, much bigger. Especially when we need to plough, which is a requirement every, I think, 3 years or so, just to refresh that soil. So yeah, how we're going to deal with these then? So we will have to use this little device here. And I say a little, it is quite big. There is a bigger version on ModHub which costs the same. It's about 52 grand. However, there are smaller versions available for people that are on a budget. But I just thought, well, you know what? It's only an extra 11 grand. Why not just get it? So yeah, this one does have the smallest capacity, but it's got the widest work width. And there is a Scorpio mod in the mod hub, which has double the work width and double the capacitor, which is a very, very nice thing if you want to add that to your farm. It's the exact same price too. And as you can see, we're getting some litres of stones. I'm not 100% sure why the sort of calculated the quantity of stones on litres when they could have easily put it as kilograms. Kilograms would make much more sense. But yeah, just from one stretch, we're looking at just over 100 litres, 101 litres. And we could turn that into around about 75 litres of lime, which would probably cover about a centimetre of your farm, because lime, the fields tend to gobble it up much more than they should. And there is a thing that I forgot to mention to you in the previous video when it comes to cultivation. There are two different types of cultivators. There's the regular cultivators, which will produce stones, and then you have shallow cultivators like these. They require much higher horsepower, so you're looking at big tractors, at least 300 horsepower, and these won't generate any field stones, but it does mean that you'll have a lot of debris on your field, which is sort of, again, probably acts a little bit like mulch, so it might be worthwhile. So we'll finish off the groundwork here, and then we'll move on to the next bit, which is going to be the fertilization and nutritional feeding of your field.